40 years ago, Madonna was already a star. Like a Virgin had made it unavoidable. MTV had turned her into a visual trendsetter and the paparazzis followed her everywhere. However, she still hadn't reached her imperial phase. Then on the 30th of June 1986, True Blue arrived. Her third album, and the record where Madonna stopped looking like a pop phenomenon and started behaving like a cultural mastermind. The songs, the videos, the controversies, the image and the press were no longer isolated events. They were all part of the same machine that made her an icon. The first sign that something had changed was Live to Tell. After the bright dance pop momentum of her early hits, Madonna returned with a slow, dark, cinematic ballad connected to the film At Close Range, starring her then husband Sean Penn. Warner Bros. Were nervous. It sounded too serious, too adult, and too far away from the formula that had just made her famous. But the gamble worked. Live to Tell became her third US #1, and suddenly she wasn't just provoking attention, but proving she could hold emotional weight. Then came Papa Don't Preach, and the album moved from pop hits to public argument. A teenage girl tells her father she's pregnant, and suddenly one single is carrying debates about family values, abortion, teenage motherhood, and female agency. Madonna didn't soften the subject or explain it away. She let the culture fight over it. That became one of her great powers. She understood that pop could be a hit, a video, a headline, and a moral panic all at once. What makes True Blue so brilliant is how many versions of Madonna it contains. Live to Tell is a serious balladeer. Papa Don't Preach is the defiant daughter. True Blue is a retro romantic, all 60s girl group sweetness. Open Your Heart brings back the body, the theater, and the provocation. La Isla Bonita takes the album to exotic locations with Latin textures and Catholic imagery. 5 singles, 5 identities, and 1 center of gravity. The change in the image was just as important as the music. The crucifixes, bangles, lace, and boy toy chaos disappeared. In their place came shorter platinum blonde hair, softer makeup, and a cleaner Hollywood glamour. The new look was inspired by older screen icons such as Grace Kelly and Marilyn Monroe. The cover, photographed by Herb Ritts, almost freezes her into the side of a classic statue. The visual shift helped present True Blue as a new era that propelled her into the future. Less street pop, more timeless icon. This was Madonna learning how to turn image into permanence. But all the risks taken paid off big time. True Blue reached #1 in the US and the UK, became her biggest studio album and produced a run of singles that dominated both radio and MTV. But the achievement wasn't only commercial. The album proved that Madonna could build an entire era with apparent contradictions: innocence and sex, romance and control, controversy and all Hollywood. She was releasing songs and videos while controlling the conversation around them. True Blue was a massive commercial success, entering the Billboard 200 at number 29 before hitting the top position and earning 7 times platinum in the US. It topped charts globally and achieved multi-platinum status in several countries, topped European charts for a record 31 weeks, and has sold over 25 million copies worldwide. True Blue sits between the raw ambition of early Madonna and the deeper provocation of Like a Prayer. It is bright, polished, and sometimes deceptively sweet, but under the shine there is a complete understanding of the power of modern pop. True Blue is the moment Madonna stopped chasing pop culture and started building it around herself. There was definitely something in the water in 1986. This year marks 40 years since some of the most influential albums of the 1980s were released. Join us next month as we revisit another classic, and leave your suggestions in the comments.